Greetings, friends. Today, I have one question for you today. Have you ever cursed somebody? Have you ever cursed somebody? You might say, what? I don't curse people. What am I, a witch? Well, let me ask you again then. Have you ever labeled someone or call someone, perhaps when you disagree with someone or you dislike something that somebody do, and you say, you just loser, you're not caring, you are this or you are that, you are a mess, you are a mess, you are a mess, you're so dumb, something like that. And if you ever say that to someone else's, that's basically is not only it's not a nice thing to do, and you can find many academic article that shows that how that actually strain your relationship. This week you and I are sharing some tools and tips that will allow you to have better connection, better relationship, better belongingness with others, that allow you to have more peace amongst you, with more ease and more fun. And name calling or labeling somebody when you say, you're just this way, perhaps because you're upset, you just that way, you just such and such, you do da. That is basically is like putting the person in a box and trapping in the person in the box. Not only the in the box, it's actually work both way. It put the person in the box. Once you say it, once you say something, it impress on your mind, your conscious and subconscious mind, and therefore you will carry this image of this person that perhaps you typically love, but because at the moment you are scared, you're frustrated, you are disappointed, or something, you just resorted to call to using a certain name or label. Now you actually store that image in your mind, so you curse the person in your mind, putting the person in a box. And then if that person's actually hear what you said, that will also transfer to that person, which is trapping the person in the box of whatever label. You are a mess, you are dummy, you are lazy, you are what have you, you have, it is that you say, you trap that person. This is sounds very damaging in children. Actually, if you ever done that to a kid, calling a kid, for instance, an ugly duckling, it might just damage the kid for a good long while. Don't do that. So things like that. And so that's one thing. Now you might say, well, yeah, I know better. I don't do that to people. And I congratulate you if you've never done that, or never done that anymore, at least. And I invite you to also take a moment to look and see about you. Many times we respect other people, we treat other people many times better than you and I treat ourselves. So you probably do not call somebody to their face, you're lazy, you are a mess, you are XYZ, or what have you. But have you ever caught yourself saying to yourself, I'm such a mess, I'm such a mess, oh my God, I'm so forgetful, I'm so forgetful. Oh my goodness, I'm just no good in whatever you're no good at. Oh my God, I have no discipline. Guess what you just did? You just labeled yourself. You are labeling yourself as a mess. You are labeling yourself as no discipline. forgetful, whatever the word that you use, that typically is not the super empowering. Most people don't go around and say, I am unstoppable, I am success. Now, if you do such a thing, which I learned to do, if you do such a thing, awesome. You label yourself magnificently in a way that it's like an open path for you to be something even greater. But most people, if you haven't had the extensive and intensive training that I do, and some people do, you might not go around saying, I am success, I am blessed, and things like that on regular basis. And therefore, you might cut yourself, and even I cut myself saying, "Oh, what a forgetful, what have you?" And when you do that, you actually labeling yourself, you trapping yourself in a box, almost like you cursing yourself into a box of whatever it is, and it's actually belittle yourself more and more. And when you are trapped in a box, if you ever trapped in anything, if you ever trapped in anything, that's not a particularly a pleasant feeling and a pleasant situations. It might make you feel unsettled. And we know that everything in you will be reflected outside of you. Everything outside of you is a reflection of your inside. And so even if you don't name call people, I was at I was having an interactions with somebody, and I noticed that she constantly says this is a social event, and for some reason the conversations lead to somewhere where she say, I'm just a mess, it's a mess, everything is a mess, every other sentence that come out of her has the word mess in it. And she looked like a little bit like unkept, and she seems to be dropping things, and I'm like, wow, a lot of mess with you. So, so what are the words that you use for yourself? What label do you use for yourself? What name calling do you call yourself? And that is just as important when you would love to have a wonderful relationship belongingness. Because if you are trapped in the box of your definition of your name calling, then it will interfere you from being able to be more expansive, and that box will be an invisible barrier of you being able to be fully open and connected to others, because you are constricted in here. And so I invite you to actually just look back, not in a way of blaming yourself or anything, but to just allow yourself, perhaps practice this week or this month, to be more mindful. What do you tell yourself when, say, you make a mistakes? What do you tell yourself when you're running late? Here I go again, I'm always late. Hello. What did you just tell yourself? And what do you tell yourself when you would love something and it doesn't come into reality? What do you tell yourself in every way that are not empowering? All the ways that are not empowering. That's not the using words that are more expansive, that allow you to be more expansive. And please share in the comment below if you ever have a moment that you notice yourself doing something like that, name calling, perhaps for others, but also even more about yourself, for yourself, calling yourself, labeling yourself in a certain way, and what did you replace them with? What did you replace them with? And feel welcome to share your feedback in the comment below. And this is Bridget with Joyful Riches Beyond Grief. I see that as you embrace being kinder and being more mindful with the word that you use for yourself as well as others, that you create a much more harmonious relationship with yourself, which allows you to create a much more harmonious relationship with everyone you interact with, and creating more connectedness, more belongingness, and more peace amongst you, as Mother Teresa says. and you create a more even more beautiful, wonderful, joyful, thriving life, and one day at a time, and a beautiful life as a whole, and you thrive in the most beautiful way. And so please share your feedback in the comment below. If you'd like this video, please click the like button. If you like this video, please click the subscribe button so you will continue to receive the updates and tips and tools that allow you to create a magnificent life. And I love you very much, and I look forward to see you again very